All right, you guys, just a quick little update. It's been a few hours since I checked in. Sorry about that. But last time I was 4 centimeters dilated. This time I am 6. So your girl been moving, bouncing, not running, but walking. And then I also have set the mood with my family, which I should have recorded on the back camera, but you gotta excuse me because I'm still new at this and I'm still figuring it out. So hopefully y'all can, accept me for what it is. But anyways, yes, this is gonna wrap it up. And then by the time I get back on here for next week's video, I'll definitely let you guys know how this whole process even turned out and all of that, because I gotta concentrate and make sure I control my breathing and stuff like that. So I'll see y'all. ¿Qué pasa, mi familia? It's your girl Seniyah, and welcome to Seniyah Palace. Welcome. So y'all gotta excuse me because clearly this mother of 2 under 2 thing is a lot right now. I am adjusting and it's been, like I was saying, it's been kind of crazy, but a good crazy. I wouldn't be any happier because I finally got my precious son. As you can see, I have him here. He's sleeping right now, but excuse me if I do have to, get rid of him. So where do I even start? Okay, so last week I showed a vlog of like the process of us going to the hospital, getting checked in, and all that good stuff. We arrived there about 1:30 p.m. I say it took about an hour to get like checked in and paper signed, stuff like that, and then for the doctors to actually come down and check me and see how far dilated I was and answer any questions that I had. Okay, so before I jump into this as well, for those who don't know me, this is my second birth. I do have a daughter already, and this is my son that I had on December 19th. So yeah, I just kind of want to explain the whole process. Mentally, physically, and emotionally for me, I had to make this decision to go natural a long time ago. So with my first child, I definitely wanted to do this. However, it didn't end up going that way, which it wasn't that much of a disappointment. However, I knew, I was gonna have another child. So with this one, I definitely wanted to keep my goals and finish them off, if that makes sense. Sorry, my wordings are like not the best right now because I have 10,000 things on my mind, and that's just me as a mother, and yeah, so excuse me. But yeah, so back to us getting to the hospital around 1:30. I say about 2:30, they confirmed that I was 4 centimeters dilated. They weren't sure if they were gonna keep me or not. So they had me do some walking around and like some lunges, certain exercises to kind of see if I would process within the next hour. To see if I would. He's laughing, guys. I don't know if you heard it, but he was laughing. And I wish I could have showed his smile because it was so big. But anyways, okay, I had a mommy moment. So yes, sorry, I'm blanking out. So we got there, and like I said, they made me walk around because I was only 4 centimeters dilated. Within the next 2 hours, so by 6:30, they checked me again, and I was 6 centimeters dilated. Mind you, throughout this entire time, I am acting like, it's no biggie. Like, I'm just trying to get through this day. I'm super just excited to see my son. That's point blank period. And so I was perfectly fine from 1 centimeter all the way up until about 8 or 9, right? So I would say it wasn't up until I had to go on the hospital bed and for them to hook me up to the monitors where they had to check the baby's heartbeat, check my contractions to see how far apart they were. And then they had to check my cervix, where the doctor came in just to see, you know, on how far I came. Sorry, he keeps laughing and I'm not sure if he's laughing at me or what's going on. He must be dreaming really well. But anyways, yeah, so it wasn't until I laid on the hospital bed for, I want to say over an hour. No, it was maybe like 30 minutes because it was, sorry, I'm trying to piece everything together for it to make sense for you guys. But once I was 6 centimeters, 7 centimeters dilated, I still felt fine. I don't know if you guys saw in my last video, but I was able to labor in a pool. It was like a little kiddie pool, but it was deep and it was very, I don't know, just soothing. Like, I didn't feel one contraction while I was in the pool, and I just think that was so cool for me to experience. Like, I wanted to do that with my first one as well, and I didn't get the chance, but now this time I was just so happy. And I had my playlist playing, so every morning I literally played the same songs over and over and over again. So for most people, they listen to like meditation music or, you know, affirmations to just keep you in that mindset of what you want to do, your goals, keep you focused. My main thing that I was like focused on, peace and success. For me, I just felt like the peace part, everyone around me, everything, you know, that was involved with me, I needed them to be on that same level that I was. And I kid you not, my support group, they did just that. And I was super happy to have everybody who I did in the room. It was my mom, my sister, and my husband. This moment for me was very eye-opening. Sorry, y'all, I'm thinking about the whole experience and it just overwhelms my heart with joy because I made it. Like, I still can't believe he's in my arms and I pushed him out myself. No medication, no nothing, and I am just surprised. But it wasn't until, like I said, I was about 9 centimeters dilated, and at this point, well, it was like 8 or 9, and at this point, I'm still listening to my gospel music in the background. That's what gets me in a good mood. It gets me, you know, feeling completely relaxed, and it just gets me in a really good headspace because you really have to be physically, mentally, and spiritually ready for any of this because it's like, ooh, it was really deep for me, like very deep. There were times where I literally wanted to give up. Once I hit those, like I said, 8 to 9 centimeters dilated, I completely lost it. Like, and you can ask my witnesses who was in the room and even the nurses and all that. And shout out to all the nurses who helped me during that day, like in general, from check-in to check-out. I absolutely love my experience with my nurses and I wouldn't do it any other way. So thank you for that, because I couldn't do it without them. But anyways, back to the story. I got about 8 to 9 centimeters dilated. I lost my focus and I literally said out loud, like, I wanted the epidural, and they were like, you are so close. And I'm like, one of the nurses mentioned to me, like, you only maybe have like 20 minutes of labor left. And I'm like, 20 minutes? Or she might have even said like an hour, 30 minutes or something like that, where she's like, you're almost there, you don't have that much longer to go. Y'all, when I said I didn't care, I didn't care. I said, no, I'm torturing myself. Why did I decide to go natural? Like, I was questioning everything that I said that I wanted to do, and it was just torture for me. It was torture, and I could just hear my husband in the background, like, remember where you get your strength from, or who you get your strength from. And I'm just like, dude, shh. I need you to be quiet because you don't understand what I'm going through. But I do have to say, like, I would not pick any other person to be by my side and to be my partner, because he says all the right things and I just can't, I don't know, I can't help but to love him for that, because he didn't give up on me, you know. And I appreciate him stepping it up and just having, I don't know, that reassurance from him. It definitely helped, but in the moment I was like overwhelmed. But I love my baby, and I just know that he is there for me, ride or die, and I appreciate him so much. Well, I was saying all types of crazy stuff. I do remember saying that. And then I remember the nurse, or he asked the nurse, like, how far along is she? And he's like, she's literally like 9 centimeters. So she's asking for the epidural, but I'm just, you know, telling her that she's getting the fluids hooked up and stuff. So I didn't hear the side conversation until after the fact, right? But it's just funny because the nurse knew exactly what she needed to do, which was tell me that the epidural was on the way and that my fluids are getting hooked up. Because I knew prior, another nurse had explained to me that it'll take like an hour to get everything set up if I did want to have the epidural or not. And I was like, okay. So I knew in the back of my head, like, it's gonna take a minute for the epidural to come, but I just needed somebody to tell me, like, it's on its way, like you know, you're gonna be hooked up pretty soon. So I'm like, okay, I guess I'm fine. But I'm still, you know, pushing through the contractions and really like focusing on my breathing. But like I said, I feel like I did have a moment where I lost track of that. However, I remember this video that I was watching prior to me going into the hospital the day after. I remember watching this birthing video where it was just kind of demonstrating breathing techniques and what to mentally think about when a contraction hits you. So all I could think about was like welcoming the contraction every time. But what I had to do was, okay, so I'm gonna try to explain this as much as possible. When a contraction came, there were times where, you know, breathe in and breathe out, right? So in through your nose, out through your mouth. However, every contraction was different. So like some were faster and some were longer, and that made the difference in my breathing. So even when I knew like some were shorter and some were longer, I would still breathe it out to the point where I can welcome the next contraction, if that makes sense. Like, I don't know. I just felt like in the whole process, oh, let me stop. Hold on, pause. I actually remember my sister had put up these poster boards too, and one of them specifically said, and this is crazy because this is the only one I could see at the time that I was, you know, pushing or whatever, but not pushing, but going through these contractions. And so there was a picture frame of the, what was it? Oh, it literally says like, let go and let God. And when I looked at that, I was just like, okay, I need to get back focused and remember what, you know, that person said on that video that I watched, as far as like welcoming the contractions and just breathing through them and making sure I focus on my goal. So with that information, I just felt like, wow, like God was really speaking to me. And then that lady, this random lady, was speaking to me through her video. And I just, wow, I couldn't thank them enough, because I'm just like, I'm forever grateful that I could even get myself back on track to go ahead and push out my son. So like once the nurse was confirming like, oh, you only got about 20 more minutes, you know, and then you'll probably just push him out. And I kid you not, I can remember, from what I remember, I maybe, I want to say pushed like maybe twice. I really don't recall. I don't recall how many times I pushed, but he slipped right out. And that's the thing too, where he is my second child. So I do feel your second one comes out a little bit easier. But I didn't push that much with my first child either. It was at that point where I was like, I can't resist not to push. And then when I said that, the doctor comes in, she gets suited and booted really quick. And I'm like screaming to her, help me, because at this point I lost control again. And then I'm feeling all this pain, and she's like, you know, like she's doing her job and all the nurses are coming in. I see, you know, everybody surrounding me, and I'm literally like being so abusive to my mother. Like, she was helping me, holding me on the side, and I'm literally like, you know, not yanking on her, but dang near just abusing her because I literally was fighting for my strength, right? But I'm forever grateful that, you know, like I said, everybody in the room that was there, I couldn't do it without them. And I'm literally screaming to the doctor, saying, help me, to the nurses. I knew one of the nurses by name, and I'm like, where are you? And so, no, I didn't say, where are you? I said, I need you, so-and-so. And I know they're probably thinking like, how does she remember my name? Because she had just like switched out with another nurse. And I don't know how I remembered her name, but I was just like, well, it wasn't difficult, but at the same time, I was just like, yeah, I need her by my side. Like, I heard her, she was the one that was like, okay, I'm gonna just tell her she's gonna get the epidural and blah, blah, blah. But come to find out, you know, her birthing stories were pretty phenomenal too. After I was done, they had shared that with me, and I was like, oh, that's why she knew exactly what to tell me. But I was super happy and thankful to have her by my side because she literally made all the difference. Yeah, once the doctor got there, I pretty much was crowning already, and I didn't even know it. And I literally said out loud, like, I can't resist not pushing anymore. So I maybe pushed, it was like 2 to 4 times, like tops. And he came right out. And then when he came right out, I was exhausted. I didn't want to push anymore. However, I still had to push my placenta out, which, oh my gosh, I felt like it was a whole nother baby. It was so huge, but I did end up pushing him out, or pushing the placenta out. And then, yeah, I don't know, you guys should do your own research, but for me, I ended up keeping my placenta, and I'm getting it encapsulated, which I'm gonna actually take a picture of it once I receive it so you guys can see what it looks like. But there's many benefits to having your placenta. I'm gonna take mine once a day, and yeah, so if you're interested in doing that, I can send over the information that I use and put it down below in the description box. I'll do that. He's just sitting here so nicely. I love it. He's so sweet. But anyways, yeah, so I don't even know if I covered everything. I just feel very, I don't know. Y'all, I'm just trying to figure this out, and I'm trying to share, and I'm trying to make sure I cover everything, but it's been so not easy. But I hope you liked my video, and I hope that I was able to explain everything the way that I felt, how I took it, how I prepared myself. Honestly, it was just a spiritual thing for me. Like, I really had to mentally like put myself in that position before it even happened. And then even while it did happen, I lost focus, but the goal was to keep pushing forward, and I did just that. But it wasn't me. Like, if I can explain this in a few words, it would be, it's a God thing. God did all of that. I don't know how I went all the way up till 9 or 8 centimeters dilated until I felt my contractions really crazy. I couldn't tell you. I literally was just, you know, not working out, but walking around, doing lunges. I guess that's a workout. Like, I literally was just, you know, staying active. And then it was once I hit that bed, I was just like, ooh-wee. And then it got more powerful. I couldn't move much, but I did eventually get on my side. I didn't give birth on my back, which to me was the best decision I ever made. It was I don't know. I don't even know. I don't know. It was just so much more comfortable, but I definitely had to have pressure applied to like my hips in order for it to be bearable, you know? So I'm happy that my nurse mentioned to do that for my husband, because he ended up actually doing it the rest of the time. And my son literally just popped out after that. So it was literally like 5 minutes. Once I said that I couldn't hold back from pushing, he came out in 5 minutes. And it was just like, wow, that happened super fast, but it also took super long because I was in pain for at least, I think it was at least an hour, 30 minutes, you know, which that's not bad. But for me, I was just like, I am done, y'all. I need the epidural. I need somebody to go inside of me, get my son out. Like, I was done. But, you know, like I said, thanks to my husband, he reminded me who I get my strength from, which is the Lord above. And that's the thing too, I couldn't do it without his grace and mercy, because whew, when I tell y'all, I was crying, I was screaming, I was giving up, I was distracted. I felt so many emotions because I knew I was gonna feel like a failure if I didn't do it. But then I also knew, like, you know, everybody has their own story, and everything doesn't have to be perfect, but it was just perfect. Like, it was perfect. I can't explain it any better, but yeah. So that concludes that part.
Hi.
How you doing today?
Good.
Good.
How are you?
So I got a couple questions for you, okay?
What?
Okay, so how do you like being a big sister now?
Okay.
It's okay?
Yes. Why is that making noise?
I don't know. But can you answer the question? Do you like being a big sister?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
That is great.
Yes.
Do you love to sing to your brother?
Yes.
Oh, that's so sweet.
I get some kiss.
You love to give him kisses too?
Yes, I love him.
Oh, that's so beautiful. I said, hold on, what is your brother's name?
Okay. Isaiah.
Keziah.
Ezekiel Johnson.
Ezekiel Johnson.
You
Good
know
job.
what he did?
This video is a little bit longer, well, a lot bit longer than the videos I made in the past, but thank you for staying to the end. I hope you guys enjoyed the photos and everything that I shared with you today. Before completely ending this video, y'all know I gotta say verse of the day from the Holy Bible app NLT version. It says, Proverbs 19:17, if you help the poor, you are lending to the Lord, and he will repay you. On that note, while I'm finding me, I pray that you guys find the real you, okay? And don't forget to comment, subscribe, like, share, and hit that notification bell for your girl. All right, y'all. Stay safe, stay blessed. Always be a blessing. Until next time, I love you guys. Besos.